Hi, and welcome to Conservative Commentary, where we spread the MAGA message. I'm Dr. Ken Henry, and I would like to ask you for a favor before we dive into today's program, which is a blockbuster. If you would please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This really helps us grow the channel and to get the MAGA message out. Now today, we have uncovered where the money for these organized Tesla takedowns is coming from. And you may be a little bit shocked, but I think that it's important that we get this out to the public so you guys can understand what's going on with these MAGA or the Tesla takedowns. Of course, they're also MAGA takedowns, aren't they? We've all seen the images of the Tesla dealerships on fire and wondered to ourselves, why are they so organized? How is this happening all across the country? And where does all of this coming from? The organization, the money, the resources, the communications to do so. We have uncovered the link, and it's going to track back to some serious anti-Trump money in the end. You know, what's amazing to me is they try to paint Elon as a Nazi when he was their darling, 18 months ago? He was the savior of the planet because of his EVs and how brilliant he was and all of those good things. But now, he's a Nazi. How does that change so much so quickly? Well, follow the money again, and we'll figure it out for you. Or with you. You know, it's one thing to protest and to say nasty things and act foolish. And if you've seen the video of these protesters, and I'll show you some a little later in this particular video, there's not a thimbleful of sense among them. They say stupid things that make absolutely no sense and show that they don't know what they're talking about and mumble and grumble and groan about things that are just false. They're stupid and have been planted from the outside with these people. But keying a Tesla and a very expensive vehicle, destroying the paint job on this vehicle, what does that do for anybody? This kind of stupidity is what the left has become. And so they may vow and declare that they don't want any violence, but take a look. Fires. Cars keyed. We saw the video the other day of the big fat guy on some sort of an SUV ramming the side of a vehicle, painting Tesla dealerships and all of these things, and blowing up actually showrooms. Where is this coming from? And this hatred? Well, we're going to follow the money and find out. An example of the kind of stupidity that I'm talking about. 18 months ago, Tesla was a wonderful thing, right? And it was a great investment, and we should all go out and buy electric cars, and particularly Teslas, because Elon was at the forefront. But now, Tesla equals a waste of money? Really? Boycott Tesla. Well, okay, you can do that. It's your money. Spend it where you want. But this reveals how stupid this movement is. And it's all about somebody who hates Elon and all about their hatred of Donald Trump. Now, the recent Tesla takedown events across the country are certainly highly organized. What we've learned is that it's not a coincidence that the signs are the same and the chants are the same and the approaches are pretty much the same, because there is a source point for these protesters and for their protests. The source for all of these Tesla takedown protests that we see around the country is an outfit called Indivisible. And they're an anti-outfit. They're not for anything. They're against everything that Donald Trump and conservatives like us, the MAGA movement, stand for. And so Elon became a focus of their uh, anti-ism, if you will, as he became involved with Doge and cutting waste and fraud and in the government. And they just hate it because he's working with Trump, and that makes him evil. But this organization, you're going to learn some things about that are going to startle you. Indivisible provides these outfits that locally organize these rallies or protests with a toolkit. And it gives them ideas for signage, and it gives them ideas for chants and ideas for how to organize their picket lines and all these different things. Everything you need to go out and take down Tesla, Indivisible provides. Interesting, huh? Now we happened to get a hold of this before they took it off their website, the Tesla takedown on the Indivisible website. They didn't want to be associated with it when they saw, first of all, how badly it failed, and secondly, how badly the public was viewing this craziness that they were engaging in. But nonetheless, there it is. That was on their website, and they took it off when things bombed, and they no longer wanted to be associated with the Tesla takedown. Indivisible pays protesters, and we all thought these people were probably bought and paid for by some organization, but Indivisible provides money for food and drink and for rally locations and those sorts of things, and they claim to be funded by small donations. Not the case. Not the case at all. There's no way that they could come up with small donations to fund these many rallies across the country and be as an organization as small. They're really a small organization. There's really two people running this thing. So where did the money come from? Three guesses. The first two don't count. There he is, George Soros and his organizations plowed these funds into Indivisible to disperse out to take down Elon. He has a visceral hate for Elon, and he has a visceral hate for America. And so he can take down two of his objects of his hate by spreading these things out, he thinks. Not going to work. Elon will come out on top. But Georgie Boy is the source of the funding for the Tesla takedown. It's not a grassroots movement at all. It's a bought and paid for movement by George Soros. So why is the Tesla takedown movement going on? It's going on because Elon and Trump are becoming great friends. They're doing great things to get the government under control. They're saving billions of dollars and perhaps trillions of dollars before it's all said and done. And the left's heads are exploding like pimples on a teenager's face. That's why Soros is so involved. Soros can't stand to see Trump and Musk succeed at what they're doing. He wants to destroy America and remake it into some sort of socialist nation, and we're not going to allow it to happen, are we? This clip from Fox News tells us a lot about what's going on, and you can see from this clip just how these folks aren't the sharpest tools in the shed.
These protests are already accomplishing what we're hoping. His stock price is tanking. Nobody wants to buy a Tesla. If he can lose a little bit of money, maybe he can understand how the rest of us feel, having him rip off everything we've got.
he is a malignant presence in the government.
He doesn't belong in government, and he definitely does not belong knowing secrets of this government.
I'm here today because Elon Musk is destroying our economy.
I'm here to protest against the government takeover that Doge and Musk are trying to implement. It's very dangerous. It's very anti-democratic, and we need to stop it.
Elon Musk took my job.
Protesting the current state of the U.S. government and Elon Musk's participation in it.
So I work for an organization that gets funding from USAID and the State Department, and 90% of our contracts were canceled, our grants. And so everyone's been fired, almost everyone. And I was laid off yesterday.
I think it's important for people to know that we don't support this level of like domestic terrorism that these people are doing in our country.
Well, hopefully more people will get in on getting rid of Teslas because it's funding Musk's interference with politics in this country.
Nothing in itself, but it is one of dozens or hundreds of demonstrations that are going on, not only in this country, but in Europe and in other countries as well, that illustrates the unpopularity of Musk and the Tesla name, and the fact that the group that organizes this is called Tesla Takedown, you may know. So the idea is that if you attack the cars, then you're going to attack Musk, because that's most of the source of his wealth and power.
Well, I'd love to foster a broader awareness of everything Elon Musk is doing, and I'd like to accelerate the process of getting him out of the government.
I hope they stop slashing all these programs illegally. I hope that they restore funding that's needed for the American people, for people around the world to save lives.
I would like to scare Elon Musk so that he gets out of our government, out of our confidential data, and stops pulling the rug out from under vulnerable Americans.
I have to resist with every fiber of my being, not keying a Tesla when I see one, but no.
Absolutely not. Nobody here condones violence. This is a peaceful movement to educate people and to cause Elon Musk a little bit of economic pain.
I would be against it on ethical grounds. Is it politically effective? I'd be inclined to say no, because there's going to be a lot of backlash.
No, I don't endorse vandalism or encourage anyone to do it. It makes you look bad, and it's not really the way to get results when protesting is available, protesting the conventional way.
I do not advocate violence toward him, his vehicles, or the people that drive them.
I think the most important thing is to show that this is about the American people.
But the Tesla bullies have learned something very valuable. They've learned that Pam Bondi doesn't play. She's already nailed a couple in Colorado, and she's coming after a bunch of the others who have been seen committing violence against Tesla owners and against Tesla dealerships. It is not going to be a pleasant ending for these folks or Georgie or Soros.
Suspects face charges for political violence targeting and attacking Elon Musk's Tesla company. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced federal charges against a second man she says was also behind the firebomb at a Tesla dealership in Loveland, Colorado. The FBI tracked down 24-year-old Cooper Frederick in Texas. Authorities say he and another suspect attacked the dealership on separate dates.
All of these cases are a serious threat to public safety. Therefore, there will be no negotiating. We are seeking 20 years in prison. If you take part in the wave of domestic terrorism against Tesla properties, we will find you, arrest you, and put you behind bars.
There you have it. The Tesla takedown is a Soros-funded backdoor through this group of anti-people, bought and paid for, and it didn't work, and it's not going to work. So what do you think? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments.